Hello, Lyndon Emefor here, and I welcome you to another episode of the networking series. If it is your first time coming to my channel, hit the subscribe button as well as the bell to get a notification when the next value drops. And of course, if you're watching me live on Facebook, go ahead and click on that follow button, because that is one of the best decisions you're going to make in your life this year. And I'm going to share with you why. So today, I'm really excited about our topic today because basically people are dying in silence because of this particular thing. The previous series, we talked about how to say no confidently without feeling bad about it and exactly doing it the right way. And then today, I'm going to share with you basically how you can actually say no the right way to people who are very unserious and insensitive in your space, right? Because actually the essence of this series is not for you to create enemies, and it's not for you not to build the quality audience. It's actually for you to maintain sanity, because the essence of creating quality audience or quality connection is for your sanity, hyper productivity, and premium profit. So when you don't want to entertain, when you discern that people are going to waste your time, because unserious people are time wasters, right? What you have to do is to actually learn how to say no the right way to them and not talk to them anyhow, or because you already know that they are very unserious, you can be tempted to actually talk to them anyhow or behave arrogantly. And that alone is a critical sign for your brand. And you don't want that at all, which is why this series is for you. If you know someone who needs to be here, tag them in the comment section or copy the link and share to them, because the envy is less when everyone is succeeding. So let's get down to business. How do you actually say no to these unserious and insensitive people, right, in the right way? First of all, you need to understand the power of creating boundaries and standards for yourself as a person, or rather as a brand. It's very, very important, because you tell people how to treat you. It's not the other way around. So people don't just barge into your schedule and interrupt them. It's only the way you give them space. It's only you that have the access for them to actually interrupt you. So if you're not focused, if you don't have a boundary, if you don't have standards, it's going to cause a lot of irregularities and misconduct. Even in the business arena, if you have a company, there is what we call standards of the company, and that's why every employee has an employment letter and other documents to augment it, in order it is going to control the behaviors of the people who are working there, in order to enable the company maintain its brand values. That is very key for the company, as well as in the dispensation of their value chain. All right, so that it is very key. The first thing you want to do in your life is to be able to create healthy boundaries and maintain your standards, so people will come into your life to maintain, to be able to meet with these standards and not them coming to interrupt your life. And that alone is going to help them to be able to know how best to approach you, how best to meet you. And that those your key brand values is what you communicate over time, and you maintain integrity based on what we shared in our previous series. And if you want to actually learn how to say no confidently without feeling bad, check the previous series. Of course, you are going to see that, and you'll be able to develop the value and relate to what I am sharing with you now. All right? So heading on, what are you going to do basically when you must have set your standards and your healthy boundaries? I'm going to give you an instance. So I have a lot of people who, in the online space, people can just come in, barge into your DM, talk to you because they can't see you and they are not afraid of their key parts. So they confidently want to talk to people anyhow and approach them because they think by virtue of the online space, they can actually get anything that they want at the time they want it, because the person can't see them. And so you see a lot of them, even people who lead some communities, they will come and barge into your DM telling you, oh, we have this, and thinking that life is just like that. You can come in between people's time. Now it's time for you to teach. Now it's time for you to dispense value as well, because every time you're having conversation with people is an opportunity to create history, is an opportunity for you to make a difference, is an opportunity for you to create a storyline, right? Because we are all a summation of conversation. So this particular lady is leading a community and came to my DM. So I was now trying to find out, okay, what is the essence of the engagement? She was responding at her own interval and everything. The purpose was not clear. I was trying to find out other things to see how serious he is in leading that particular community, right? And then all of a sudden, I didn't hear from the lady anymore. And when I asked of the date was very close. And then we are coming from a point, I should just, come, forget about all the schedule that I have to actually come to your space and then talk to people like that within that very short period. And there is nothing attached, no acknowledgement, nothing, no honorarium, nothing. It's just to come and talk to people, no expected outcome, nothing. Whereas you see a lot of them, especially in the African space, they will tell you village people. And they are already, practically they are their own village people because they are so unserious. How could you want to lead an organization, right? And you want to be able to bring in people to be able to dispense their value into your space to grow your audience. And you are coming from a time frame that is not respectful, and then there is no expected outcome for the community. I don't understand. So these sets of persons are the people you know that they are distraction. There is no headway. How do you maintain results and get an outcome when there is no purpose, right? There is nothing you are looking towards. So you don't want to barge into those things, and you want to accommodate serious people who are very valuable to your space. One thing you have to do, right, to be able to take them away, right, it's not practically take them away, is to stop the conversation, or to actually say no outrightly, is to be able to maintain your standard and as well charge them well. Now let me tell you something. Unserious people don't make commitment. So the essence of charging is not just about the price, right? Moreover, poor people know the price of everything but value of nothing. But wealthy people, they know the value of everything and they don't care about the price. Right? So when you look at, and you already know that poor does not mean that you have or you are unable to dispense cash or whatever it is, that you don't have cash. It actually means that being poor is actually a mindset that actually means that you are unable to transit from the area of ignorance to abundance. And so you will see that these sets of people have that particular kind of mindset, and you don't want to entertain them in your space. So you have to test their commitment by charging them. Trust me, when you do this, there will be no continued conversation. It's the best polite way to take them off the conversation. And then if they are confident enough and they are really committed to this, they will continue the conversation to know how best you could actually help. That is when it is now open for negotiation, so you don't judge people, right? So I've done this a lot of times, and I've saved a lot of time for productivity and for sanity's sake, right? And it has worked over time, trust me. That's why most people, when they come and ask me, how do you do this? You are always on time, you are always on this, you do this so well, and you do it consistently. This is how, because I do not need distractions, right? So one of the things I preach in my circle is that whenever you are praying, ask God for discernment. It's one thing to discern distraction, it's another thing to distract distractions. And that is the best way to say no to unserious things or whatever thing you see as distraction, right? So charge them well, and trust me, you're not going to hear from them again, right? That is the way you end that conversation. And don't forget that wealthy people do not care about the price because they know the value of everything. Reverse is the case for poor people or unserious people who do not have the ability to show commitment. They'll always run away from instruction. And they are the greatest people that will always stress you out. They will always stress you out. And then they don't follow instruction. You know, that's the way it is. And you don't want to get frustrated, right? That is the best way to actually do that. So go ahead, set up your standards, tell people how to treat you, and then charge people who are very unserious. If it is still open for negotiation, of course, go ahead. And understand that you are protecting your brand values, not creating enemies or throwing people away. That is the essence. That's the concept you should have in mind while doing this. So you don't need to create any enemies at all. You just need to be able to discern distraction and learn how best to distract them so you can focus and gain premium results. Don't forget that life is going to reward people who have come alive. So you need to always be alive. And that's why you are creating connections so you can be able to be hyper productive and gain premium profit. I hope this is helpful to you. And of course, if you know someone who needs this, copy the link and share to them. And if you want to have a personal conversation or connection with me, click the link in the description of this video. As well as if you're watching me live on Facebook, click the link on my bio. And of course, we are going to have that productive conversation. Till I come with the next value in the next networking series, I still remain your friend, Linda Onemifero. Bye for now.